Okay, so here are the dots that we're connecting, right? And this is really cool. This is really, really cool. You've got social media telling you what you need to be.
Yeah.
Right.
I see where you're going.
Right, social media telling you what to be. I'm trying to find someone who will make me look like that. I then walk into someone that I think will try and make me look like that. But little do I know they've got experience with, well, they're a professional in nutrition, they're a professional in understanding that you're probably not mentally healthy, stable. You've got other stuff going on, and like they get to a place where it's just like, this shit ain't reality. And then they start learning all these cool, tools around how might they. So from here to here.
Yeah, I mean, it's different for everyone, but luckily for me, I see this girl 5 days a week, which is quite an enormous amount of personal training.
And that's really expensive.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah, so, but she's obviously in a position where she has the ability to do that, and that's fine. So luckily I get to spend quite a bit of time with her, and I speak to her outside of our sessions, and I'm always open to her asking me questions, because I would rather her ask me questions, even if they might seem really stupid, rather than her sitting at home in her bedroom just like thinking about it and then mulling over it and then obsessing about it. I'd rather her just come to me, ask the stupid question, I will give you the answer, and then she can just stop thinking about it.
How old is she again?
She's 19 tomorrow.
19, right? Which means, you're also seen as a bit of a mentor to her.
Yeah, which I love.
And that's also part of the service. Let's call it a service, but of course,
not all PTs are like that, by the way.
No, exactly. And so I know how passionate you are about this sort of stuff. Not to get anyone offside. Again, let's just come back to what we were talking about before. How do you cut through this shit? And it's really hard. I'm just still trying to...
10 times.
I know, but how do we... I still find it really fascinating about, do you... Like, what we're doing today is I'm going to put stuff on social media. Right? How do you know what we're talking about versus someone else? This is a huge problem. You get absolutely shamed for being awesome, but they don't know you from a bar of soap. There is something going on in this whole thing that's going down that we can't control, and until they kind of meet us, they won't know, and they'll probably get bad advice somewhere else, and then
it's a massive problem. I don't really know where to start in in answering it today.
It's let's get into this roast, because I've been wanting to roast this for you. Then we are us talking about social media and stuff. I feel that you're an amazing ambassador for people that are probably like 21 who are looking around and going, how do I?
Even younger, to be honest.
Right.
Yeah, but it starts a lot younger.
So let me tell you more about this coffee that I'm going to roast you.
Barty Black?
The Barty Black. It is the Yirgacheffe from Ethiopia. So this particular coffee needs to be dropped at a certain temperature. So I've gotten the machine at a temperature of 196 degrees in the drum. So I'm going to drop it, and then we're going to cook it for approximately 15 minutes.
Okay.
And so I'm going to take you through. We can pause if you want to get a drink or anything like that.
Yeah, I'm all right.
Yeah, you're all right. That's why we caffeinate you in the beginning.
Yeah.
So then you can manage the whole. Coffee goes through 3 stages. When we drop it at a particular temperature, then it goes through a tipping point. So so this is cold, at an ambient temperature. It goes through a tipping point, and then it goes through to dry end, first crack, when it actually hear it cracking, and then we drop it.
Okay, awesome.
So because I've done the profile before, all I'm doing is following a graph right here. This might be so boring for you, I know.
You obviously haven't caffeinated me enough.
So I'm just... So this particular profile is to your personality and type, and I think you would really like it. So I'm going to go ahead and drop it. And what you're going to watch is this graph. And you can see the beans right there.
Oh, yeah, cool.
And so they're starting to get green. They're green, but they'll start going through a obviously through a dry end process.
Yeah.
And we'll be able to smell the beans. So beans coffee when you roast coffee, it's actually dead. When they process it, like the bean kind of goes into a mummified state.
Yeah.
So it's dead, and that's why you can store it for more than 4 years, right? Yeah. While you put heat into it, it starts smelling like hay, donuts, and then you do the profile.
You do love your donuts.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Donuts and coffee for breakfast. The Barty special.
Do you know what Rochelle said to me? She goes, if you do this coffee thing, if you can make me a coffee that tastes like donuts, I'll love you forever.
Oh.
So I'm on a mission.
Okay.
So this is all for Rochelle.
Very romantic.
I am.
Jesus Christ.
I'm pretty cool like that. Okay, so there it is. We've got down to a tipping point. I'll get you to move over this side and get you to hang out with the beans.
Yeah.
And see them change in colour. This particular coffee isn't going to taste like donuts, but I'm still on a mission. I'm just going to let it increase, so I see how it's increasing in temperature.
Yeah.
So, where are you at with that girl in her sort of journey?
Yeah.
How long has it been?
It has been 3 months.
Okay.
And she's in a much better headspace now, and she understands the process. Mm-hmm. And I basically explained to her, look, I said, I can...
Hang on, wait. Process of just coming to the gym and saying Sally?
The process of achieving what she wants to achieve.
Right.
So, yeah, I mean... Yeah.
Like, so, understandable. The more time she has with you, the more time you can keep her on the straight and narrow, let's call it. Good eating habits, good fitness. What happens? So how long do you think you'll need to spend with this beautiful girl for her to go and do that forever? Well, and have ups and downs, but understand that there's certain tools and certain things. Yeah, how long do you think?
Well, I've got her until July.
Okay. Until
she leaves Sydney for uni.
Okay.
And I will continue to work with her.
Yep.
So I will set her up with an appropriate training program and continue to work with her online with her nutrition and that sort of thing, because that's something that she's already asked me to do.
Yep.
And so she's in a much better headspace. She's sort of gotten out of that foggy social media world. And I spent a lot of time explaining that it doesn't exist and it's not real, just how we had a conversation about it.
Yeah.
And so she's just very focused on being the best version of herself.
Yep.
Which I'm very proud of her that she's come to that realization. She's happy with her progress, and I sort of explained it to her. So this process that I'm taking her through, it's almost like a snowball effect.
Right.
So it starts off very slowly. Look, I could make you train the house down.
See how these are changing now?
Oh yeah.
See how they're down? You can
just smell it.
Yeah, so this is the tryer. So what I'll do is I'll take it out. Smell that? It's hot.
Oh yeah, nice.
So what does it smell like?
I don't know.
Donuts? Hay?
Smells like almost buttery.
Right.
Like buttery.
Yeah,
hay.
right.
Chaff.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, so
Yeah, so it's a snowball effect. So I could drop weight off her so fast.
right.
Doing it the wrong way, right?
Right.
So doing it the right way
Yep.
takes a lot longer. But it's a long-term effect. It's not a short-term effect, and then you gain the weight back, and then so basically, let me explain. If someone wants to lose 10 kilos and they lose it like really, really quickly, doing like heaps of cardio and then being in a really low calorie deficit, obviously they're going to lose the weight. Half of that's going to be muscle, half of that's going to be fat. So when they can no longer sustain that lifestyle,
Yep.
then what happens?
Yep.
They gain the weight back. But they don't gain half muscle, half fat. They gain all fat. So now they're in a worse position.
Smell this. What does it smell like?
Like a stronger butter.
Yeah, nice. So, the coffee's going, see it's starting to go yellow?
Yep.
That's called dry end. So I'm going to call dry end. So are you saying to me that if they don't consistently do that... Hang on, wait, let's just go back. When you think you need to go and do some stuff about your body and, right, you don't know what you don't know about
How to do
a
it.
routine, what have you. You start learning that routine over the course of 6 to 12 months, and now you kind of know it, which means you'll have it for the rest of your life. You know, you'll be able to eat right, you can then party if you want to, you can, you know, you eat lavishly, but you've got to know that, you know, based on having a really bad week, I'm going to have to do a lot of work, right? A lot of people don't get that. They get what you're saying.
No.
They go to the gym for 6 months, they lose 10 kilo, and then they're like,
Now what?
now what?
And they've probably done it in...
Put it back on, right?
They've done it in the completely wrong way, which is not their fault, just to, you know, to stand up for them. It's how they've been marketed to, and it's this paradigm that they've been sold, and it's completely opposite.
Yeah.
It's completely the opposite way to do
Yeah.
what they want to do.
What do you think of this?
And it's now turning
Into
brown.
into coffee.
Caramel.
Yeah. I'm going to just make sure that smells like coffee to me. We're just about to get into first crack,
Yeah.
which means this particular coffee, the way I roast it as a profile, it's a very short development time after first crack, is when you start hearing the coffee pop. And this is such a beautiful coffee. This is an espresso base, but I reckon it'll work very well for a cold brew or a drip. Habits.
Yeah, so she's so she understands that it's a snowball effect. So doing it the right way, it's a slow process. Everyone wants instant gratification these days in modern life. People want to lose 10 kilos in 3 days. And if they don't lose 10 kilos in 3 days, they're like, fuck it. And they just go back to doing what they were they actually don't give it enough time.
So we're going into first crack, Sally. And you're going to start hearing like popcorn burst. So when people like that come to you and go, right, I want to lose weight because I need to go to a wedding or something, I need to shred. I hate that word.
Yeah.
I've been shredding.
For the wedding.
Right.
I like to set small goals with people.
I'm just waiting for first crack. Maybe you wait for first crack and then we can continue.
Yeah.
You'll hear it. I think we're in.
Oh.
First
There we
crack.
go,
I'm
first
calling
crack.
first crack, and then from first crack, the development on first crack is 14.2%. So like you, I've made coffee a science for me. So every profile.
What happens if you lose this?
Well, I've got it on the computer,
Oh, you
but
do?
there would be an issue.
Yeah.
And then this is all good. Oh yeah, definitely. You smell this. Gotta be real quick though. Got it?
Oh yeah.
Yeah?
Smells like buttered toast.
Yeah. I love that. No one thinks of buttered toast and coffee. Yeah. We're going to go to 14% on the development, which is the profile. It's a Barty profile. We're with 8.5%. We're at 9. And then we're going to drop. Almost there. 12% development. 13. I think I'm going to drop. I think I'm going to call it a day for this coffee. Are you ready?
Drop.
Let's go.
Wow, that's exciting.
That's the Barty and Sally special.
Buttered toast.
Buttered toast. So while that cools down, see how it's light as well. So that's quite warm still. What happens is what we need to do as soon as you get it to a certain profile, a certain temperature, we drop and then we put air through it.
Yeah.
So that you cool it as quickly as possible to keep the flavour.
Yeah.
Which means that's still you can put your hand in and check.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So it's still quite warm. Yeah. So you know what they say, if you can taste coffee after it's been roasted, you can taste the flavour of it. It's still.
I'm gonna eat it.
Well, don't eat all of it, but so I always taste it based on when you cook coffee, you have to cook it through the whole bean. So when you open it, it's cooked all the way through.
Yeah.
You're struggling. Maybe you should get smaller nails.
No, it's sliced right through it.
Yeah. So take a bite. All right, chill it. What does it taste like?
Buttered toast.
What does it taste like?
Coffee.
Yeah. But not like coffee you couldn't eat, you couldn't drink all the time.
No.
We'll move over to the other side for me. So yeah, that's it. That's coffee. So back to the time it takes to get good habits. Like, how do you help people understand that social media and the shit that you see is not sustainable, and you need to be able to, pick up these good habits so that you stay healthy for the rest of your life?
Yeah.
I mean, where's this girl at now? Like, obviously it sounds like she's in a really good place.
Yeah, she trusts the process now. She's no longer caught up in the fads and the stupid lemon detox diets or like the fat loss tablets or whatever, fad thing that's out there. She no longer believes that is the way to achieve what she wants to achieve.
Right.
And so she trusts my guidance.
Yeah.
Which is amazing. So, and she I don't care what she asks me. I just want her to ask me.
Yeah.
So I'm the one who gives her the answer.
Not her parents. I'm going to push. I'm sure she's got people in her life that she could ask these questions to.
Yeah, I don't know.
People that you have naturally thought are great role models have probably given you bad habits,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And because you're coming to a scientist, when it comes to mental health, well, more to do with nutrition and fitness,
Yeah.
you know, and going to like a therapist for your mental health, like you're coming to someone that absolutely knows about your body and the nutrition piece, like where, you know, professionals around that stuff versus asking a mate who tells you to go and do 20 burpees,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
It's a very different scenario. And so I guess when we dial up mental health, that's the same thing. Like we go to lawyers and accountants and, you know, like, but who do you go to help with your brain stuff? So it's quite important to call out the fact that she's coming to a safe environment. She's coming into a place that she will be given the right tools that come from, you know, from a professional and from, you know, real experience.
Yeah.
And that's something that's very different to everyone else out there who's trying to be a personal trainer.
Yeah, there's some really shit personal trainers out there. Like,
Yeah.
And that's what makes it harder, because they're the ones who now tarnish my reputation and bring me down.
Right.
Because they're so uneducated. What they do, like a 6-8 week online course. I did a 5-year fucking degree, first and foremost.
Yeah.
And I've invested this year alone over $50,000 into my own education.
Yeah.
To pass that education on to my clients and anyone else who crosses my path. I don't think these 6 to 8 week course online. My spare time is spent further educating myself, and I don't expect everyone to do that. I enjoy doing that. That is that's if I'm going to have downtime, that's how I'm going to spend my downtime most of the time. And I don't expect, one of the best things you can learn in life is to not hold other people to your own standards and your own morals and your own values. It's one of the worst things that you can do, because you're basically setting yourself up to be disappointed consistently forevermore. Yeah.
I'm going to push this further, right?
Yeah.
Doing my UX job, I'm going to push this further. If you're in the market for a personal trainer...
Don't come to me.
Well, that's not what I'm saying.
I don't have time.
Right. So if you're in the market for...
No, I'm joking.
If you're in the market for a personal trainer...
Yeah.
Maybe we should start like an interview process that everyone needs to follow as a client to use, like a checklist.
As a trainer?
No, the other way around. So if you're in the market to get fit because you think you've looked at social media, we should create a checklist for people out there want to start going to seeing a PT. What are the top 5 things you would recommend anyone out there asking their personal trainer for when they meet them the first time? Before we do that, smell this coffee.
Oh.
What can you smell?
It smells like buttered toast, but like cold toast now.
Right.
That's just what I smell.
Good, right? I love it. So that's fresh coffee. That's very different.
It smells like something, but I can't remember what it is.
Buttered toast.
Cold buttered toast.
Cold buttered toast. We're good here. Let's go into the other room. And I'm going to make you this coffee. And we're going to call it a wrap.